What's good, guys? It's your boy, the Urban Archer, coming at you with another video. Sorry about the glare, guys. I'm in the vehicle and the sun is getting ready to go down soon, so the glare might be a little bit bad for a while, at least maybe till I get from back here where I'm at. So today was opening day, y'all. And how did my opening day go? To be honest with you guys, it was horrible, man. It was terrible. It all started like the day before, and I'm not trying to be, I don't want this channel to be negative in any kind of way. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to put out a whole bunch of negativity, but I'm just telling you, I just want to tell you guys how everything went for me. So had a couple little things go on yesterday. It was kind of like messing with my mood a little bit, and I really almost didn't even feel like coming out this morning. But I pushed through whatever those issues was and decided I was gonna come out anyway. So this morning I got up, got myself together. I was running a little bit later than I anticipated. The drive was an hour and 40 minutes to get out to Sandy Point, where I was going to. So it did take a little bit longer than I anticipated to get there. But when I did get there, man, it was like 11 cars sitting out there, trucks all over the place, man. Had to been every bit of like 15, 20 vehicles out there. No exaggeration at all. There was a lot of people at Sandy Point trying to hunt at Sandy Point. I don't know what Cavalier looked like because I didn't come over here, but my thought pattern was basically I was going to avoid Cavalier by going to Sandy Point, because my experiences at Cavalier the last couple of days, as y'all can tell in my videos, has been basically that it's always swamped with a bunch of people. There's always a bunch of people on the trails when I come in. There's always people pulling out, you know what I mean? So it's like, I figure, okay, well, if there's this many people scouting it, I probably should avoid this one and go over there to Sandy Point. So that's what I did. I even went so far as like flip coins, y'all. I was flipping coins, just trying to see, you know what I'm saying, which decision I should make. It was going to be between Big Woods, Cavalier, and Sandy Point. And I flipped the coin, and the coin toss came down to it telling me to go to Cavalier. And against that decision, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go with chance. I'm going to use my intelligent mind, and I'm not going to Cavalier. So I'm in Sandy Point, y'all. And I'm hiking through Sandy Point. Now, of course, like I said, it was a whole bunch of people in Sandy Point when I got there. So I didn't want to be like right around in the front area. So I decided I'm gonna go as far out to the back as I possibly can, just to get away from everybody and give myself a better chance. You know what I mean? That absolutely positively backfired on me, y'all. I had downloaded the maps and the PDF for Sandy Point, but the PDF that I had, it didn't really tell me where the forest ended and the people's private land began. And so I ended up walking onto somebody's private land. And not only did I walk onto somebody's private land, but I walked onto their private land and ran into them in the middle of them trying to hunt turkey. They had their decoy out, and they were calling. And the messed up thing about it was, I ended up on their property. I didn't realize I was on their property. I'm walking around the property. I have no freaking idea. I think I'm still on the public land. And I made a couple calls. They heard my calls and thought that I was a bird and started calling to me. So eventually it became me calling back to them calling back to me, us playing each other, trying to see if we could get, we're thinking we're both calling to a bird. Okay. Finally, I'm calling. I decide I'm going to close the distance because it sounds like it's a bird. I'm going to close the distance. So I start walking and trying to close the distance between me and this bird that I think I'm hearing. and ended up running into two guys in the bush, an older gentleman and a younger guy. And they were instantly pissed off to see me because, of course, like I said, I was on their land, and I pretty much just walked right through their setup, basically. In my defense, like I said, I had no freaking idea that I was on anybody's land. I thought I was still on the public land. If I had known that I was traveling into anybody, first of all, I would have never even went on anybody's private land. But also in my defense, these guys had absolutely no signs posted. They had nothing to let me know that I was passing out of the boundaries of the public land and into private land. There was no signage of any kind, nothing telling me anything saying, hey, this is my land, stay off of it. If I would have saw anything like that, I would have never went on the land. But I didn't, and I ended up going out there and got into a little altercation. Now, I handled it the best way that I could, and I was very peaceful with the guys. The older gentleman was all right, but the younger gentleman was pretty angry and was kind of talking a little reckless. And I understood where he was coming from, and I also understood that the position that I was in, I didn't really have too much of a leg to stand on, really, because it could go really, really bad for me. So I handled it as peacefully as I could. I was very apologetic to the guys about, coming onto their land. I didn't mean to do it, and I was very apologetic about it. And the guy wasn't trying to hear it. He called the game warden on me, y'all. He called the game warden on me and told me, hey guy, the game warden's gonna be waiting on you when you leave out of here. And I said, okay, well, there's nothing really I could do about that. At that point, if he had already made the phone call and the guy was already going to be sitting out there waiting on me, it was like, what can I do about it? So basically, I trekked on out of there, back to the vehicle. And once I got back to the vehicle, lo and behold, there goes the game warden sitting right out there waiting on me. He approaches me and tries to make like small talk with me or whatever like that, and I basically let him know, like, look, dude, I already know what you're here for. I already know what the deal is and everything, so there's no need for you to try to like make small talk. And I explained the whole scenario that went down with the landowners or whatever, and how I ended up crossing over into their land. The game warden, he was pretty understandable. He understood my situation. He understood, that it was an accident or whatever, but he did still give me a citation for crossing over into somebody else's property, and also a ticket for a particular pass that I was supposed to have that I have to look up, because I got my hunter education certificate, I have my day pass certificate, and I have my sportsman hunter's license, which covers me for everything. So I don't know what stamp he was talking about. I guess he says that the state forest is different than the WMAs as far as access is concerned. So he ticketed me for that as well, which is no big deal. I can just pay it, online. I can just pay it. But it pretty much jacked up my first day, y'all. It made my first day pretty unenjoyable, and it made me want to quit. I ended up driving home and trying to regroup and deciding to come out here to Cavalier and check out what was going on with Cavalier. And I just hiked my butt off out here in Cavalier, and I hit the box call like twice, and I heard two gobbles. I heard one gobble in one direction, a gobble in another direction. So there are turkey out here in Cavalier. It's just they don't gobble. They're not making no noise, yo. They literally gobble and they shut right up. And it's like it's extremely difficult to locate these things after they shut up. And I'm bow hunting, so it's just like I'm gonna have to regroup and figure out some methods on how I'm gonna have to go about doing this and try to get myself together. But all in all, I'm not gonna let a negative experience stop me from still pursuing this and still pursuing my hunting and everything. And so basically, I just want to tell you guys what was going on. I want you guys to understand that sometimes when you're trying new stuff or you're trying to do something different, it don't always go the way that you think it's going to go and turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. But don't let that discourage you. Don't let that push you off of your dreams and the things that you want to do. Don't let that push you off of it, because, if one step is difficult, you got to take the next step, or else you won't get down the path, you know what I mean, to see what the end is. So this was my first step towards hunting. This was my first real outing. on my own out here in the WMA and at Sandy Point at the National Forest. And it wasn't the greatest experience in the world, but I'm definitely not going to let it stop me from continuing to hunt, continuing to try to get these turkey, and continuing to hone my skills and sharpen my skills. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because that's what I like and that's what I dream about. So until next time, guys, that's all I got for you today, guys. It was a pretty hard day. I'm going to have to go home and regroup and figure some things out, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. It's been a long day. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and I've been hiking all day long, and I'm just ready to get back to the house. I got a almost 40-minute drive back to the house and take a shower and get out these hunting clothes and hopefully just relax a little bit and think about what I'm going to do next time. And until next time, it's Urban Archer saying keep following your dreams and keep on plugging away.